Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist. And yes, I'm your alternative healthcare career coach. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to find your alternative healthcare career with the one and only Greg Todd.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Alternative Healthcare Career Group. Yes, we are. If you are watching live, please comment. If you are watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, please comment replay. And yes, I'm just checking if we are live. There you go. I think we are live. Well, anyway, this episode is brought to you by our one and only, the Alzheimer's Disease and Dementia Care Seminar. Hey, we just finished our seminar over the weekend. It was, we had like awesome students. I learned a lot. They've learned. And then, of course, we just have to push ourselves to the next level. And then when you're teaching a class, well, guess what? You're not only teaching, you're also learning. Why? Because when you're teaching, you're talking. Because when you see it, you forget. When you hear it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. So that's the reason why I like teaching. Well, anyway, I see people who are watching. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, every day I got this planner and everything. I don't know if you see it. There you go. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and read it now. When the dream is big enough, we find the motivation to get through the tough times, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? Well, it's not reading there. When the dream is big enough, ladies and gentlemen, we find the motivation to get through the tough times. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You got to dream another dream. A lot of this people, there are inspirational people that we watch and see and listen to. They always recommend that you dream. Even in the Bible itself, they say, go ahead and dream. Well, guess what? You can dream all day, all night long. But it's not going to do you good if you don't wake up and take action. Well, guess what? When you're taking action on those dreams that you're trying to achieve, that will motivate you to get through the tough times. I didn't say it. It was this planner. Well, speaking of planners, we got a special guest for tonight. All right. Well, let me see. I see some comments there. Thank you very much for those people who are commenting. Appreciate you. Well, anyway, our guest for tonight is, let me pull up his stuff here. I don't even have to read this, but I just wanted to read it just for formality, right? Just for formality. Well, anyway, our guest for tonight is Greg Todd. He's among all his business adventures and business stuff, the most important thing for him is actually his family. Of course, his beautiful wife. Hello, Mrs. Todd. And of course, his beautiful children. He's got like 4. He beat me to that. I only got 3. Well, anyway, he's got the beautiful family. But of course, he's like the co-owner of Renewal Rehab. And I think he's got like 3 clinics, and they're still growing and growing. And then, of course, he's like the founder of the SHHC Nation. So for those people who don't know, SHHC is called Smart Success Healthcare. And it's different, different people. There's physical therapists, OTs, dietitian. Well, guess what? When I attended his, I don't want to call it convention. It's like a meetup of crazy people like me and him. I was beside an actual pediatrician. I don't know if it was a pediatrician that was married to a PT or what. But so it's basically different people from different walks of life, different healthcare professionals, just winning. And what else does he have here? Just a lot. Well, of course, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in my coach, my personal friend, Greg Todd.
Man, you got a serious setup here, man. This guy's got DJ. This guy's not playing games, man. Thank you, Mike, for having me on. I appreciate it so much.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for coming over. Appreciate you. I know you're a very, very busy man. Could you please tell us who you are, sir? I mean, I know you already, but for our groups, we got like 30,000 members now in their group, and they are just looking for this alternative healthcare career. And I can only serve so much. I can only serve the dementia realm. And then could you please help us, sir, how to find this alternative career and where can we start, and then stuff like that?
Well, here's the deal. What I typically do is I help healthcare professionals build a business, and the goal is for them to build a six to seven figure business. And my new goal is to get them to do it like how I'm doing it, which is doing it part-time. And I know that is very possible because I've done it for myself. I've helped hundreds of other people do it as well. And that's really what I do. I think the other thing I would say is that this doesn't always happen, but I like when people are able to do a career that is in line with their calling. And I believe your calling is when you are doing the things that God has allowed you to become, when you are using the gifts, the abilities, the experiences that you have been able to go through, and God has allowed you to get on the other side. And when you're using those things to be able to help people and bring people to success, and hopefully expose them to the bigger picture, which I believe is bringing souls to Christ. And when you're able to do that, and you're able to actually make money and have a career out of it, well, then I really believe you've hit the jackpot. And that's really what I do. I just help people try to match their career with their calling. And I help people build 6 to 7 figure businesses and do it part-time. That's what I do.
Wow. Oh, wow. Well, for those people who don't know yet, tonight we're interviewing Greg Todd, and he's the one who's helping people how to find their 6, 7 figure businesses. And just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now without actually learning and joining and being coached by this guy. So if you want to know what I'm doing, this guy is the man to go to. This guy's the man where you could get all the information. So GT, so could you please tell us your story about your life story, from even before PT school? Could you please tell us where you started and stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah. So for me, I started, oh gosh, the first job I ever had was actually in sales. I was trying to sell newspapers, and keyword is they're trying to sell newspapers for the Sun Sentinel, which is a newspaper company in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I worked there for 2 weeks. And over those 2 weeks, I got paid strictly off commission. And I was absolutely terrible at the job. And I made $12, not per hour, not per day. I made $12 over the entire 2 weeks. I averaged out to just under 30 cents per hour for the time that I was working. And then I realized, wow, I'm not good at sales and I need to get a stable job. So the next job that I got was at a Chinese restaurant, and I was a dishwasher there. And I got paid $2.50 an hour. And then I went on to be a janitor at a retail store called TJ Maxx and made $3.25 an hour. But the job was stable, and that's what I wanted. And honestly, that is one of the reasons that led me to becoming a physical therapist, because when I looked at that Forbes magazine that I opened up and it said, what are the most in-demand jobs? I saw physical therapy. I saw occupational therapy. I saw pharmacy, and I decided, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. And so I decided that physical therapy was going to be for me. And I got what they told me I was going to get. I was going to get stability. But I realized about 3 years into my career that even though I had stability, I didn't have freedom. And I was able to go from making $19 an hour at my first job to making $68,000 a year in salary by year 3.5. But I didn't have freedom. I had enough to pay my bills, but I didn't have enough time to pay attention to my wife. And I remember, my wife and I were going through some, turbulent times. We just weren't spending enough time with each other. I mean, that's really what it was. I was putting a lot into my career. I was coming home late. I was documenting till 9 o'clock at night. After that, I would actually go see clients, professional tennis players on the side, and that was my life. And it just wasn't working for my family. My wife was pregnant with our second child. And we just decided together that either I was going to make a change in the way that I was doing things and the amount that I was investing into my career as a clinic director, or we were going to have to change our relationship. And that wasn't a good thing. So I went to my boss on the Monday and I said, boss, I don't need more money. I need more time. Can I get a day off a week? My boss said no. Next day I put in my notice and I became an entrepreneur. And now 17 years later, I am the co-owner of 3 clinics. I am the co-founder of a virtual staffing agency that's based in the Philippines. I have helped coach and mentor over 1,500 healthcare professionals. I have 700 plus people that have taken my Smart Success Healthcare Academy. And I'm hosting a live event in June. And it'll be the 4th time that I'm hosting this event. And all those things could have never happened if I did not go through the struggles and come out on the other side of those struggles through the grace of God. And so because I've come out on the other side, I have something to share. And I truly believe that is the same for every single one of you. You might not have my story, but I believe that you have gifts. I believe you have experiences. I believe that there are things that you might not find that it's a big deal today, but there are things that were a big deal to you that you've actually come out on the other side. And there are people that are still on that other side that are like, wow, how did you do it? And they want to know from you how you did it. And I believe that through everything that you've gone through, you have experiences that can actually help and bless other people and provide lots of value, to them. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that's what I've been able to do throughout my journey. I think I don't think I'm any more special than anybody. I just think that I've honored my story. And because I've honored my story and I've shared my story, I've just decided to help people that resonate with my story in some way. And that's it.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's just an amazing story there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are still watching live, comment live, watching on the replay, comment replay. And by the way, we are streaming this in both our YouTube, Facebook, and our group and everything like that, and also in our podcast. But I like what Greg Todd here said, ladies and gentlemen. I like what he said. Honor your struggles, ladies and gentlemen. You will have challenges in life. Look at Greg. He said he started as a newspaper guy, $12 per 2 weeks. Well, that's pretty big for us in the Philippines, but you know what I mean. Here in the States, it's nothing, right? And then dishwasher, and then working as a janitor in TJ Maxx. And here's what he did. He grew where he was planted. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He grew and maximized where he was planted. So wherever you are right now, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, I don't know where you're at. Or I don't know what state, whether you're in a nursing home, assisted living, or outpatient or home health, grow where you're planted. And that's what he did. Well, guess what? I like another thing that he said here, stability. You know, when you have stability, technically, you don't have any freedom. You know what's a stable thing? A house. A house is very stable. You can't even move it, but there's no freedom, right? You just can't move because it has a good foundation. And if you really want to find, something's going on. If you really want to find your freedom, you have to be mobile. You have to learn how to be flexible. That's what Greg Dodd did. Now he's found his freedom, teaching people and guiding people how to be the best that they can be. I see people there. Yes, I'll be at the SSHC SSPT, and thank you very much, Jillian and Ari. Thank you for watching. Let's go ahead and bring back GT again and ask him some more questions. So, GT, so you mentioned about finding your gifts. So, could you coach me right now, or coach our group? Could you please tell us how we find our gifts, sir?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think many of you need to think about the things that you are passionate about. Let's talk about that first.
Mm-hmm.
And then of the things that you are passionate about, what thing could make the biggest impact on someone? Okay, now let's kind of break this down a little bit. For me, right? I'm going to give you 3 things that I'm passionate about. I'm going to give you the order of how passionate I am. And then I'm going to look at my gifts that I have. And then I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to figure out, okay, which ones can actually impact mankind the best. Okay, so let's go through a couple things that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about fishing. I'm passionate about working out. I'm passionate about scuba diving. I'm also passionate about helping people in their career get through the struggles that I got through. So there's 4 things that I'm passionate about, okay? 4 things. Now, fishing, scuba diving, working out, when I look at those 3 things, Mike, I can't make as much impact with those things as I can helping people in healthcare. Even though I would love to fish all the time, it just doesn't impact lives of me teaching other people how to actually fish and catch fish. It's just not as big of a thing as helping people in their careers. Like, people are losing marriages. People are losing their children. People are hurting their health. People are not able to pay their bills because they don't know the skills that I know to be able to allow them to accelerate and prosper in their healthcare career. People are trying to find alternatives in healthcare because they don't know how to thrive in their current setting that they're in. So when I look at my things that I'm passionate about, it's not just passion, it's of the things that you are passionate about. Where can you move the needle forward the most in impacting people's lives? And when I say impact, I'm actually saying you're saving their life. So when I look at working out, well, I mean, I know I can help people with that, but, you know, like, I mean, I don't want to train people all day. Like, when I look at fishing, gosh, that's really awesome. And I love the fish, but no, like, healthcare is where that's the thing that I have passion in, but also that's the thing that I have the biggest gifts in. So let's talk about the gifts now. So the gifts, Rick Warren has an acronym called SHAPE. Okay. And SHAPE, SHAPE. So let's talk about the different aspects of SHAPE. So number 1 is spiritual gifts. Number 2 is your heart. Number 3 is your abilities. Number 4 is your personality. And number 5 is experiences. Okay. So now let's talk about this. Let's talk about gifts, right? Spiritual gifts. So I'm of the Christian faith, and I believe that if you decide to become of the Christian faith, at some point you have a conversion. It's called being born again. Okay. And I became born again when I was 20 years old. Okay. And before I was 20, 20, I struggled with a speech impediment. It was probably one of the biggest reasons why I wasn't going to become a physical therapist. I really, really, really struggled with my speech. I believe that when I was born again, I still had the speech impediment, but my speech became better. I became known as not just the physical therapist that was great with his hands. I became known as the guy that was able to communicate and make complicated things simple. I believe I got the spiritual gift of teaching and speaking. Now, that was a gift, and over time, I have honed that gift, and I have worked on that gift, and I have now used that gift to help healthcare professionals, okay? The H is for heart. The heart is what we just talked about. That is the passion, right? When you are passionate about something, you bring energy, right? You bring energy. People can tell when you're passionate about something. I recently became certified in scuba diving. My instructor, his name is Matt Gleim. Matt is super passionate about scuba diving. Scuba diving was not easy for me to learn, but it was so much more enjoyable to learn it with an instructor that is super passionate about it. It actually made me passionate about it, right? Okay, the A is for abilities. I believe that when we are born, we get these natural abilities from God. I was actually saying this the other day to somebody that, if you speak Spanish, you have to roll your R's, right? Arroz con pollo. Okay, well,
Arroz con pollo.
a lot of people can't roll their R's. My wife, she goes like this. Arr, 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 arr. Okay, she can't roll her R's, but that's actually a natural ability that I have. Some people, how they can take their thumb and they can move it all the way back to like that's your joints are very flexible and mobile. Some people call that double jointed. I don't know if that's really a term, but basically that's an ability, right? Some people are 7 feet tall. That's an ability. I'm not. Some people are really fast. That's an ability. Some people can speak super fast. That's an ability. Okay. These are abilities that you were born with. You were born with these abilities. Okay. The P is personality. Right now, as I'm speaking to your audience, my personality is resonating to some people. For some people, I'm too much. But for some people, I'm exactly what they need. They feel low and I bring energy. Okay? If you know me very well, Mike, you know me quite well. And you know that when you get to meet me, I have a lot of energy, but I also have a very mellow side to me as well. And so my personality resonates with people depending on just where they're at and what they need in their life. Your personality resonates with people as well. And that's a gift from God. And then the biggest one, I believe, is experiences. I believe that every single one of you, you're here right now, and you have come out from the other side. No matter what has gone on, 2020 with COVID, so many different things in your life personally. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe you're at a new job. Maybe you're struggling in that new job. Maybe you're now an outpatient. Maybe you're in a nursing home. You're in an assisted living facility, this, that, whatever the case may be. You have gone through so many experiences that many people are trying to get through right now. And your experiences qualifies you to be able to help people that have not done the thing that you've done. I think what happens to many people, Mike, is that they believe because they're in a struggle that they haven't actually, like they're kind of like this. They're so close to their problem that they actually haven't looked back to actually take a full view of what is actually going on. And saying, wow, look at where I've come from. Like right now, as an entrepreneur today, I have problems. I have problems. My problems are different than what they were when I was 20. When I was 20, I was in college in my second to last year of college. And there were times where I had to give blood so that I could eat. The blood bank was there in front of my college, and I knew that they had shortbread cookies that I could eat. And the one thing, I didn't have money, but I had blood, and I could give blood so that I can get those cookies for me and for my girlfriend, who's now my wife for 20 years. Now, that was my problem back then. Now, today, I have problems, right? But if I'm not careful, I could be just like this, and I could be like, oh my gosh, this is the worst problem. This is the worst problem in the world. But sometimes I have to take a step back and realize, whoa, wait a minute. I'm okay in my career. Okay. I've come through so many things. That problem that I had when I was 20, I don't have that problem anymore. And I had problems when I was 21, and I don't have that problem anymore. And I had problems when I was 22, and I don't have that problem. And I had problems when I just became a husband and when I just became a father. And there's problems that I don't have. Why? Because I have the experience and I've been able to get through those things. What I realize is that that's a gift from God. And now, because I have the experience of getting through those things, I can help lots of other people get through those things that they're struggling right now, and them not having to go through the same identical struggles that I went through. That is a gift. So your spiritual gifts, your heart, your passion, your abilities, your personality, and your experiences are all gifts that, when aligned with your passion, that can help and impact the most amount of people. Well, now you have aligned your career with your calling.
Wow, that is very powerful, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's it.
Hey, that is so powerful. Again, if you're still watching live, please comment live. It is so powerful. You know why? Just the acronym alone, say SHAPE. S-H-A-P. You know what? Greg told me earlier, Michael, you gotta, in a nice way, obviously. He asked me, how are you, Michael? Of course, I talk about the business and everything. And you know what he did to me? He asked me again, how are you? He's asking me. That's the gift that he has. He has the gift of asking a person, how are you really doing? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching, how are you doing? How are you personally doing? Both physically, spiritually, how's your heart? How's your abilities? How's your personality and your experiences in life? Are you enriching your life with different experiences? And you know what he said about here? He had to give blood. Sometimes in life, you have to give blood. Sometimes you have to have skin in the game. That the bigger the challenge, the bigger the victory. Every challenge is, Greg has a different challenge now. I have a different challenge. You have a different challenge, ladies and gentlemen. But those challenges that God gives you is actually for you to get better. Those stumbling blocks is for you to create that for a stepping stone. Just keep pushing, ladies and gentlemen. And he said, I like what he said here. There's always a problem, right? There is always be a problem. It's either you're getting out of a problem, getting into a problem, or actually currently in a problem. The question is, how are you handling that problem? You cannot see inside the picture. I like his analogy. He's like the picture. You cannot see if you're inside that picture frame. You gotta step back, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. In order for you to be able to see. Did you see that picture frame of my little girl over there, ladies and gentlemen? You cannot see herself until I see, and I move back. Now I can see the whole picture. Oh gosh, thank you very much for those people who are watching live. RV, thank you very much for watching. What's going on? And Jillian said she's an occupational therapy assistant and would love to go into the gifts of having having people live their best life, taking care of themselves through nutrition and overcoming different addictions. You gotta go to this event, SHHC. Jillian, you're gonna be with the same like-minded people And then it's just going to push you to your next level because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So let's go ahead and bring back Greg. Greg, could you please tell us, sir, what's the group all about? I mean, what's the event all about? And what can we see? You know, with all the pandemic going on, how are we protecting ourselves? Is there an online component? Is there a live component? Where can we stay? You know, the whole shebang, whatever.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't mind, Mike, are you okay with me answering Jillian's question? Because because she said this, you know, she said, I'm an occupational therapist assistant, and she would love to go into her gifts, having people live their best life, taking care of themselves through nutrition and overcoming different addictions. Now, this is honestly, like, this is what my event is about. This is where I'm at in my life, Jillian. This is what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to help people. You see, I believe this. There is this industry. It's actually a $265 billion industry. It's an industry that has made me a multimillionaire. Prior to this industry, I had a 7-figure business, but since then, I have impacted more people in the last 5 years than I did in the prior 15 years combined. And it's understanding what I'm about to tell you right now, you know, Jillian. There are people that want help with their nutrition. They want help to overcome different addictions. And as an occupational therapist assistant, a lot of those people don't trust the normal folk out there. They trust a medical professional like you. And you have to understand this. If you want to help those people and you know where those people are starting from, and you know the outcome of what those people want in their life, and you could create a blueprint that takes them from step 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, they will pay you a sizable amount of money so that they can get their problem solved. That is the world that we live in today. In 2021, that is the world that we live in. And if you have something that you're passionate about, and you can't just be passionate about it, and you have a blueprint on how you can go from step 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, you can actually make money, and you can make money either offline or online. And that is what I have helped people do. That is actually what we're going to be doing at our event. And so now here's the deal. The deal is that we weren't trained like that in healthcare. Like, we weren't trained like that. We are trained to have particular skills. These skills are skills that we actually employ into, you know, whatever facility or whatever discipline we work in, whether it's outpatient, it's assisted living, it's a nursing home, it's a skilled nursing facility, you know, whatever the case may be, right? Okay, but there is another world out there, and it's maybe someone that might need skilled, you know, services. They might not need skilled services, but they want that problem solved. And if you can solve that problem for them, they will compensate you. And I've been able to help hundreds of people learn how to do that for something that they're passionate about. And then I've gotten them to be able to use their gifts to be able to line up with the thing that they're passionate about and to be able to help people. I mean, look at what Mike is doing right now. Mike has taken his gift of him being inspiring to people. I remember my first event that I had, or sorry, the second event I had, Mike, actually, we gave him the mic, right? Okay, so we gave Mike the mic at our event. And everybody, I'll never forget Mike with the mic. It was the greatest thing. And he was just, in literally a minute and a half, he just inspired the entire room. His energy just brought the entire room. There's over 200 people in there, and the entire room fed off of this guy's energy. What that guy didn't know at the time is that he was going to go on to have a group of over 30,000 people, right? But he's just been able to use his gifts, his gifts of inspiration, his gifts of motivating people, and literally lead his own mini movement. See, that's what we're talking about. We all have it, and we all have to start from somewhere, right? Mike still has problems today, right? But he is inspiring and impacting people, and that's really what we do at the event. So the event is going to be June 5th and 6th. It's going to be at the Orlando World Center Marriott. You can get all the details and you can sign up at Smart Success Healthcare Live. That's sshclive.com, sshclive.com. The event will start at 8 a.m. on Saturday, and it will go to about 5 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and then we'll do the same thing again on Sunday. The event is basically going to help you with learning how to recalibrate your entire career. I'm going to not only have you all create new goals and new dreams for your career now that we are on the other side of the pandemic now. I think we're at the tail end of it. We're going to reboot and recalibrate every single healthcare professional that comes into that room. And we are going to help them with coming up with bigger goals, bigger dreams, and being able to catapult their career while honoring their health, while honoring their family, while honoring themselves, and putting themselves, their family, and their health first. And making sure that they're actually operating their career in a smart way, hence smart success. This is not a dumb success event. This is a smart success. And I am going to use my 20 years of experiences. I'm going to use my personality. I'm going to use my abilities. I'm going to use my passion, and I'm going to use my spiritual gifts to be able to radically change your life for the better. And I'm going to have help with lots of other people just like you that are super hungry to be able to change their lives. And we're going to do that over June 5th and 6th weekend in Orlando.
Wow. Oh, wow. For those people who don't know, like what Greg said, but thank you for explaining. Jillian, I need to see you there, sister. I need you to be there. And that way we could have some selfie. I could give you some $1 million, the one that we give away in the class there. I like what Greg said. Just this simple word here, blueprint. That's what we don't have. That's what we don't have. We have the dreams. You already know your gifting. You already know your passion, but we don't have the blueprint. Once you get the blueprint, just like working on a house or working on something else, you already have the dream house, but you cannot take action until you have that actual blueprint. And then once you have that blueprint, that guide, all you need to do is just take action. When you're taking action, it doesn't have to be perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Just do one day at a time. And this is where Greg comes in. He's going to keep bothering you. Hey, where are you at? Where are you in your action? I'm going to give you the blueprint. Well, he doesn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. That's how you do it. You have to find a person that will be your accountability person. In our group, in our season, we have this accountability partner. He would assign you. Okay, Michael, this is your accountability partner and stuff like that. Well, and then that accountability partner is actually we're just reminding each other, hey, have you done this? Oh, I haven't. Well, where are you at? And then you know what's happening? Because you get embarrassed for not actually doing what you're supposed to do. I was embarrassed that time. I was like, am I supposed to do this? And then there's this lady, shout out to Shawnee. She's like always reminding me, okay, I got to do this now. You have to have an accountability partner. Greg, again, could you please again tell us where's the live event, the date and the time, and then stuff like that?
Yeah. So Orlando World Center Marriott. It's going to be June 5th and 6th. You'll fly in. I would highly recommend for people to fly in on the Friday, which is June 4th. And then fly out the Monday morning so that you're not like feeling all tired and whatnot, because we're going to finish pretty late on Sunday. And so, yes, will we be doing the event for virtual? Yes. So if you go to SSHC Live, you can also, the ticket is the same price. And the tickets are going to be going up $100, $11.59 Sunday night. Okay. So if you want to attend virtually, you can. We're going to have a live stream. We'll give you the links, all the other stuff. If you want to attend live, we highly recommend it as well, because there's nothing like replacing the energy in a room. But there will be streams, there will be virtual this, that, da, 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 da. And if you want to be able to attend on Zoom, actually, there's someone that just had a baby. Her baby is 2 months old and she wants to be there live, but there's going to be times where she's going to have to be nursing her baby. So she says she's going to go back to her hotel room and she's going to listen virtually while she's nursing the baby. And then when everything's good, she's going to come down to the event live. So look, you can do whatever it is that you want. I just know this. I know that I spent the first 10 years, Jillian, of my career doing things in the way that I was trained to do it from school. And I know what that got me. That got me a salary that I was able to barely get by. It got me having struggles with my family life. It got me to the point where I was putting my health last instead of first. And it really put me in a position where I just wasn't impacting a lot of people. I was doing everything one-to-one. And I was burned out. And over the last 11 to 12 years of my career, I have done things totally different. It has allowed me to put my family first when my family needs to be first. It has allowed me to be able to exercise my faith in Jesus Christ. And actually, my businesses grow and not shrink. It has allowed me to be able to put my health first. It has allowed me to be able to impact more people and allow them to be their authentic selves while still being in healthcare. It has allowed me for getting people to no longer try to find an alternative, because they realize that the issue is that they weren't lining their career up with their calling. And once you're able to do those things, you're able to exponentially have growth in your income, growth in your impact, and you're able to get more time back in your life so that you can take care of your health, take care of your family, and most importantly, take care of yourself. And that's the reason why I want people at this event. I really do.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to challenge everyone, for those people who are watching live. I mean, the virtual is awesome, but I'm doing my class virtually once a month. I'm teaching this class virtually, and I just can't wait for the time that I can do it again, on an actual hotel where I'm teaching the class in an actual hotel setting. The last time I did this was last year, and I'm missing the actual interaction with the people. I mean, Zoom is awesome, all this stuff is awesome, but actually seeing people, elbowing them, if you're not comfortable hugging, elbowing them, and actually just like with my patient. Just right now, I did several notes on telehealth. I did telehealth for I think 3 or 4 patients. But when I go and see my actual patient and go actually touch them, it's different. Yeah. And same thing with an event. Yes, it's good if you're in PA or whatever. I'm here in Tennessee, and then we normally drive all the way down to Florida anyway. And I like it's just for a change. So again, Greg, thank you very much for your time and your effort and coming in our show, and for really inspiring me. And like what I said earlier, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now, teaching a class about Alzheimer's and dementia, growing this group, finding my passion, finding my gifts without a coach. And Greg is one of the many coaches that I have. So Greg, thank you very much. Any last parting wisdom for our group, Greg?
Well, number one, I would say thank you so much, Mike, for having me on. I would just tell you all this. I would just tell you that there was a time that I was trying to find an alternative as well. And I wish someone would have told me that the alternative that you're looking for, at least that I was looking for, what was not going to be found by switching careers. The alternative wasn't going to be found by switching, jobs. The alternative wasn't going to be found by me, switching teammates. The alternative was going to be found by me switching my mind. And I know that's hard. It's like, what mindset? I don't really get it. I truly believe that every single one of you that's listening to this right now, and you're like, I really need an alternative. I believe that you need to find out about another game out there. And it's a game called the Key Person of Influence game. It's a game in healthcare that has never been taught to any of us. Even to this day, people are not taught this game in schools. And I want you to know that if you learn this game, you can become the authority in your niche. You can become the go-to person. You can get all the respect that you want, but you have to be willing to play a new game. And it's a game that you weren't taught. But I know this. I know that you're teachable. I know you're not lazy. You're just probably uninspired right now. And I know that if you get introduced to this new game, I know that your life can really change for the better. And that's all I want for you. I just want you to be inspired. I want you to change your life. And in order to change your life, you have to learn a new game. And that's it.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is so powerful. I can't even follow up with that thing there. Oh, gosh, that is so powerful. Well, Jillian, yes, I want to see you there, either, I mean, obviously, virtual or live. I want to see you there, take a selfie, give you my $1 million thing. We give out $1 million, mindset there.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what to say with what Greg said there.
I'll just tell you this, Jillian, don't try. Don't try. There's got to be a reason why you were on. It's got to be a reason. Like I'm just telling you right now. I don't know if you're a believer, but one of the things that I've had to do as an entrepreneur is I've had to play the faith game. And the faith game is a beautiful game. It's actually a game that we were supposed to play as people of faith, as a Christian. And that is a game where I don't try to figure out steps 2, 3, and 4. I just do step 1. And step 1 is to sign up for the event. And I know it might be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to? Okay, just do step 1 and then have faith. Have faith that God will work everything out. Oh my gosh, what if I don't know anybody? What if this? What if that? Just have faith. Just have faith and just move to the next step. And what I hear, and I want to tell you this, I don't want to tell you this, like right now, I am exercising my faith. I was actually going to cancel the event. I was going to cancel the event because I was like, maybe we should wait. But you know what I said, and I really do feel like God was telling me this, is that you need, like my wife felt it, I felt it, like you need to do this event. These people need this event. And I feel like people need the event for many different reasons. But one of the reasons is that in healthcare, there's been absolutely no events in the last 14 months, none. And this year, every single major healthcare event has been canceled. And people are struggling more in healthcare than they've ever been. And I truly believe that one of the biggest reasons is because right now we are all working in isolation. And the human is not meant to work in isolation. We as healthcare professionals are in the service business. We have to serve patients. And I believe that many of you right now are running on fumes. Your tank right now is on E. You're literally going to work every single day with your tank on E. And because you are isolated, you are not being fueled back up. And if I don't do this event, then basically what happens when a tank runs on E, eventually it runs out. And I know that this event is the ultimate filler up event. And I know that it not only will it change people's outlook and lives, and it'll allow them to be able to do different things that's going to allow them to make more money and do it in less time. but also it will re-energize healthcare. It'll re-energize my groups, my programs, my people that are not my people, that are going to be my people once they get to the event. It's just really important that we understand and ask ourselves, why are we feeling the way that we're feeling tonight? Like, why am I feeling this way? And maybe this is not by chance. Maybe this was meant to be. And I just say, have the faith, sign up. We'll figure the rest out. We'll figure the rest out.
So powerful, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. I love that. Well, I like what Greg said here. Play the faith game. You know what? The faith game is just getting out of your comfort zone, ladies and gentlemen. Are you Are you there? The comfort zone is this right now. Do you want to get out of that comfort zone? Do you want to achieve your next level? You got to get out. There's this story in the Bible. I know Greg knows this. I don't know specifically. It's somewhere between Genesis and Revelation. And this is it a disciple, Greg? So he was in the boat. He also wants to walk on water like Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. And the only way for him to be able to walk on water is to get out of that boat and try the next step. Well, guess what? What do you think? Like, this is what Greg said. It's exactly. You just have to take the first step and everything will follow. God will take care of that water and whatever, float you on water or whatever. And just have to do it. Just take one step and everything will follow. Well, guess what? If you're starting to sink like what that disciple did, it means you're losing your focus. Like what Greg said, you got to go focus and keep stepping forward until you reach for your goal. He said, no man is an island. We need this. We really need this. I need it personally, I do this every week. I get inspired with whatever I say or whatever I do and listen. But I still need SSHC. I still need Greg. I still need somebody to fill me up. Because you cannot serve in an empty cup, ladies and gentlemen. You want to serve coming from an overflowing cup. All right? Well, again, thank you very much, Greg. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time. Again, thank you. And I already asked you this. Any last parting thing, or you're good, or anything like that? You're good tonight, sir?
Listen, I could talk all night. I could talk all night, people. I love what I do, and I do what I love. It really is a shame that a lot of people don't love what they do.
I believe that.
Or they don't even love, you know what? And what's so crazy? What's so crazy is this, is most people started out loving what they do. They had the passion. No, we talked about that earlier today. They had the heart, they had the passion. But somewhere along the way, they lost it. They lost it. It's weird. It's like you don't even know when it happened, right? Some of us have been in a relationship. When we started with that person, we had so much passion. It was amazing. And then we lost it somewhere along the way. I think that happens a lot in our careers. And I think what people don't understand is they think that inspiration is rah-rah. No, inspiration is not rah-rah. Inspiration is gasoline on the fire. If you have a fire and you don't tend to that fire eventually will go away.
Here you go.
You have to stoke the fire. Stoke it. And so what does inspiration look like? Is it just a bunch of people chanting, rah, rah? No, that is not. No. That's not inspiration. Inspiration is being able to look people in the eye and finding out that those people are just like me, but they've been able to overcome the thing that I right now am struggling to overcome. Inspiration is finding out that, wait a minute, there's another way to be able to help people in healthcare and to be able to do it in a way that serves me and serves my family. And knowing that, wait, I didn't even know this was possible. Well, when you know that there's something that's possible that you never thought was possible, all of a sudden you're excited again. You're excited. I mean, I don't know if y'all ever, if any of y'all drink coffee or you drink tea or whatnot. Like I drink coffee and I drink tea for my adult life. Well, when you get a new coffee maker, you get excited again. You got a new piece of equipment. It's like, whoa, I want to try this, right? Coffee never tastes so sweet. It's because it's something new. It's a new way of doing things. That's inspiration, y'all. Wow. So if you're feeling low, if you're feeling, I think I want to put in my notice. You know what? I want an alternative to my current career. Not so fast, my friend. Maybe you need a dose of inspiration. Maybe you need to learn that in your current career, there's another way that you could do it that actually could give you back all your drive and desire and allow you to make more money than you could ever dreamed of. Maybe you just don't know it yet. Maybe.
Wow. Oh, wow. Well, that's the reason why a lot of people would ask me, Michael, why are you sharing in our group, Alternative Healthcare Career Group? Why are you sharing you're starting your physical therapy business? That's not alternative career. Well, guess what? I like what Greg said. The alternative career starts from here. You're gonna change that. You're gonna find an alternative mindset, and everything will follow through.
Hey, look here, Mike. Just real quick. Let's look at you. Let's look at you. You're a physical therapist. You're not doing the same thing that you were doing 5 years ago. You're changing it up. You're now not only helping Alzheimer's disease and dementia care clients, but you're now having a facility. And so you're doing things different. So y'all, a lot of times the alternative is not changing careers. The alternative is doing the alternative within the career you're in.
Boom.
But you might not know what the alternative is yet. So let's teach you the alternative.
Let's teach you the alternative. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, again, speaking of that, we're almost done. Thank you very much, Greg Todd. I like what he said. Sometimes you just have to find that alternative inside your actual career. All right, again, thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate you. Dillian said, I believe it is also fear needing the faith. Well, guess what? You're not just only going to get friends there in SSHC. You're not just going to get family. You're going to get your fellow believers there too. I mean, we even have a small prayer group there. You know, prayer group.
We have church on Sunday. Church on Sunday before we start.
I'm like,
love it.
I mean, first conference I go to. Hey, who's we're going to pray? I was like, oh, yeah, heck yeah. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Greg incorporates his faith, you know, and he lives on it. He lives on it. Again, thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast. F-A-S-T, letter F. How you do it? Like this. Letter F, find friends that will push you to your next level because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with? Are you hang out with awesome people? Guess what? You're going to be awesome. Hang out with people who are complaining about life. Guess what? You'll get up complaining about life too. Or hang out with people. Go into a barbershop. One way or another, you're going to get a haircut. Well, guess what? If you hang out with winners like the people in HSSHC, I can't even pronounce. I'm running out of English. SHC, you're gonna be winners too. All right. You know what's the next letter? Is letter A. You gotta learn how to take action. You know what? Like what Greg said, just do the first step. You know what the first step is? Go to sshclive.com and take action. Sign up, and everything will follow. I mean, do you think when I first signed up, I didn't know what I was doing? I signed up, you know, I said, bought the course and everything. I was like, should I, or should not? You know, I bought it and everything. I'm like, well, guess what? Everything follows through. Take action. Reach out to Greg. Go to his website, sshclive.com, and just take action. Well, you know what? What's the next letter? It's letter S. Shoot for the moon. Why? If you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to miss it. You're going to be landing with the stars. Well, guess what? You're going to fail. I'm going to tell you now, If you go to this live event and then you're expecting winning all the time, no, you're not. People will fail. I failed several times. I'm sure Greg Todd, in his business venture before he reached his first $1 million, well, guess what? He probably failed too, but it doesn't matter how many times you failed or fallen or got sick. What matters is how many times you get up and do this all over again, okay? Just keep going, all right? You know what's the next letter? It's letter T. You got to teach it, and that's what Greg is teaching. He's teaching, right? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. All right. Again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we'll see you next Thursday. Same time, same channel. I'll see you later. Alternative Healthcare Career Group.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.